I got friends that I know that I'm only gonna hear from in a time of need. I got friends that hit me up when it's been a long time they ain't heard from me. I got friends that will risk it all if I make that call and tell him it's peak. If he puts you on a shirt, he did it for me, it's a loyalty. I got friends that won't go anywhere else, she calls me the TBE. I got friends that I call my G, couple day ones with me. I got friends that started out like that, but she turned into a queen. Back in the palace ain't where you find my royalty.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros. If Ryan Garcia doesn't fight Devin Haney next, is it a duck? Okay, so as you know, it was reported, Ryan tweeted out, Devin tweeted out, basically like the fight was official. They were going to face one another. And so here's what Ryan Garcia tweeted. He tweeted, I've notified my team I'm going a different route. My intent now is to fight Rolando Romero. I pray my team backs me on this decision. Oscar, make this fight happen. And then he wrote in caps, that's the move. Bigger fight, bigger business. Hashtag Garcia Romero. And as you can see, someone has a Donald Duck. Someone dressed like Donald Duck with a bunch of ducks walking behind them said, bruh just publicly ducked Haney. And then, this other person wrote, it took one run with Mayweather. Floyd is smart. Somehow Mayweather is starting to get the blame for all this. All right. And then Ryan Garcia tweeted out shortly after that. He stated, after what happens to Rollies, the Dev fight will be there and even bigger. Everyone critiquing now will end up seeing it was a better move. Plus, he can go fight Richardson Hitchens. Go do your 30K pay-per-view buys. I don't need you, Dev. You need me. So that's what Ryan said. As you know, Ryan likes to go out in public, and he was out and someone asked him questions about what shifted the potential fight between him and Devin Haney. And here's what Ryan Garcia had to say.
Yeah. Devin lost his shot. He thought it was Haney Garcia.
Right.
He didn't know it was Garcia Haney.
He thought he was the A side.
Sure. He did 35,000 pay-per-view buys. You go and take that by Richard Hitchens.
Devin Haney did 35,000 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, Devin Haney versus Richardson Hitchens.
Okay, so now,
I'm helping him out.
Hey, so Rolly's kind of the one who won in this deal.
He got lucky.
Yeah, Rolly's always somehow finds a way.
The roly-poly, he just rolls into shit.
And this will probably be the biggest payday of Rolly's career.
For sure.
How do you see the fight going?
I destroy that man.
You destroy that man?
Yeah, I do.
And when do you see it happening? When do you want?
So you heard what Ryan Garcia had to say. He said what he said. Now, I'm going to turn over to G first, man. Is it a duck?
Yeah, of course it's a duck, man. This is why, like, it's this explanation that makes it a duck. The fact that he said, yo, Oscar, this is a bigger fight than me and Devin. That's not true. You versus Rolly ain't a bigger fight than you and Devin. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't say you said something like, yo, Rolly has a belt. I want to get a belt first so then I can leverage the A-side argument or something. I could kind of rock with that, kind of. But no reasonable person will think you versus Rolly is bigger than you versus Devin. I think he's seen Devin's last performance. It was like, yo, this dude's just too dominant, yo. Like, if I'm gonna lose to this dude, at least let me come out first. Let me be a diva for once. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm gonna be honest. Like, he did fought against Tank, but again, he was fighting against Tank. You know what I'm saying? So, how's your pay-per-view numbers gonna look like without an opponent like a Tank? You see what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, your last performance was free. on DAZN. Like, how you go from a pay-per-view star to now just doing regular? You know what I mean? So don't gas yourself, bro. Like, especially in these divisions, the smaller divisions, it's all based upon your dance partner. You have a good dance partner, y'all could sell it out. If your dance partner is not necessarily known and people feel like it's a one-sided fight, bruh, if you put it on pay-per-view, it's probably gonna flop. So that can apply to anybody, Haney or Ryan. So I feel like they both need each other, you know. But Ryan's trying to paint the picture like, Devin's being unreasonable. But I will say this: if the issue strictly does, if the A side isn't about necessarily percentage splits, but who gets announced first and last and all that stuff. If I was Devin, I'll just acquiesce to those small requests. Because especially if I know I'm gonna beat him anyways, who cares?
Wait, so you think Devin should get the higher percentage?
Well, what percentages are they talking about currently? Like, what kind
I'm
of
saying you think Devin deserves 50-50 with Ryan.
I think 50-50, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you don't think 50-50? You think, well, like 40? Either which way, I don't necessarily care. I just think if I was Devin, I would take the fight, you know what I'm saying, and take the short. If it's like 40%, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Because, like, what you want to do is, especially Ryan being like a young, up-and-coming Mexican fighter, you need that shine, Devin. So it's like you take that dude out. Hopefully, you'll inherit a lot of his fans. So it's worth the investment. It's worth taking that quick short, especially if you're that confident that you're going to beat him. You know what I mean? If now it's one of those, I don't know if I could even beat the dude, this and the third, then I can understand. But Devin's confidence, like, yo, whatever, dog, yeah, I'll come in the ring first. Who cares? That's nothing to me.
All right, dog, Bill. Oh, I don't know if you can.
All right, cool. If he doesn't fight Devin, it's not a duck. You got to understand. All right, first of all, it's not a duck because it's not like Ryan got a belt. You know what I'm saying? And they going in here to unify. That's what he's trying to do. I think that this is smart business. Go snatch that belt off of Rolly, which is going to be a great fight because Rolly's going to talk trash. He's going to sell that fight. And then Ryan. Let's not forget who Ryan was. Yes, we know Devin. We know Devin. We know Devin since he was 12, 13 years old. Before the world knew Devin. Yes, we know Devin. But that's it. We know Devin. Because we're into boxing. We're talking about casuals. The casuals know Ryan. You know what I'm saying? And much more casuals know Ryan, you know what I'm saying, than the casuals that know Devin. That's why the Tank and the Ryan fight was such a big fight. Yes, it is a dance partner. But Ryan is one hell of a dance partner because everybody loves Ryan. The TikTokers, you know what I'm saying? The YouTubers, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, even my daughter's friends, they were sitting there talking about Ryan. They thought Ryan had a chance over Tank just because they seen him doing some of the dances that they do on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's going to take. This is why I think that this fight with Ryan Garcia and Rolly would be good because if he grabs that belt off of him, it's leverage because now this becomes a unified fight with Devin Haney. Now we're talking about more money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it does help with his leverage because now he got a belt, and then you got his numbers compared to Devin's numbers, his fanfare compared to Devin's fanfare. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can all say Devin's the better boxer, but who's been known to pull in the bigger gates? It's been the young casual kid. So Ryan, I think this is good business. I think take this belt from Rolly if he can. Take this belt from Rolly and then set up a unified fight. Because you also got to remember this too. This will be Ryan's first time being the champion. Ryan hasn't been champion yet. All these other guys is champions, and we already calling Ryan a duck, and he ain't even got a belt yet. We put all this on him, and he ain't even got a belt yet. Pay-per-views and all that, and he ain't even got a belt yet. Let the boy get a belt first. Let him get a belt first, and then that's going to give him more leverage, and it's going to be more of a better spectacular fight because this is going to be unified now. And don't let those other guys that got that belt, the IBF belt and the other belt, don't let them get together and do something, because then we'll have another undisputed at 140. So, hey, I see nothing but greatness coming out of this, you know?
All right, TV.
All right, yo. I feel opposite of this whole thing. If Ryan with the biggest split, like how does he get the biggest split? Like honestly, Ryan, I know you got the popularity, you got the fan base, and then, even in that video you was talking, you ain't look. Honestly, you look so soft. It's like, and I'm one. Don't judge a book by its character. Pause. Pause. I see. Pause. But you look so soft. It's like, yeah, I could smack you with the way you was just talking just now. Like it's like Ryan. Like,
What the heck?
I don't pause. Guy, man. You're a tough guy. All right. Yeah, I know Ryan talking like you're a tough guy, but I'm like, yo, you look so soft, yo. It's like, yo, it's like you don't put no fear in nobody's heart. Yeah, it's like it's crazy. You look childish the way you're talking. You coming? You had your little win. But you lost the tank. You lost.
Sound like the second coming of Bradley Martin or whatever that dude's name is, who said to Devin, "I could beat you in a street fight." Go ahead, TV.
Hey, if it's a fight, it's a fight. Yeah, I fight for my life. That's all I do. I don't fight to make money. I don't fight for popularity. I fight for my life. But yo, when Ryan, you didn't seem intimidating. You don't look intimidating. You just you got your hands or whatever, but. I ain't believe you in that moment, and you don't deserve the big split. And it's not a duck. First of all, it's not a duck if you don't fight Devin Haney, because, like I said, if you're the champion, you got multiple options. And Ryan, you're looking for that option. So Ryan's not a champ, though. He's looking for that option. That's what I'm saying. Devin Haney has multiple options. My thing is the conversation should be Devin versus Tank, but we're not talking about that. And that's what I want to see. Ryan versus Haney is just like whatever. I mean, we know Haney gonna beat him up. We know Haney gonna whoop that boy. At the end of the story, Ryan ain't gonna beat Haney. We all know who the better fighter is. Don't rub me. G, fix your face. Yeah, you blurred out. That's funny that your face is blurred out right there. But yeah, we all know what it is. I like Ryan. I respect you as a fighter. I respect you as a man. You doing what you do, but. You versus Haney, if you don't fight him, I don't care. If you do, you're gonna get whooped. But it's not a duck. Quack.
Interesting takes. Like one from G saying that Ryan's last fight against Oscar Duarte was on regular TV. That was a decision he made because he said he doesn't want to rob his fans, and he didn't feel like Oscar Duarte was a pay-per-view caliber fighter. If anything, that shows self-awareness. He understands that he's a draw, but he knows that Oscar Duarte isn't. Unlike Devin Haney and Regis Prograis, who decided to put on a pay-per-view event that did so poorly, they still haven't released the numbers. It's definitely bad, because if he did good, they would have released the numbers. He did 150,000 pay-per-view buys against Vasily Lomachenko. Those numbers got released. He fought Regis Prograis, and we're still waiting on the numbers. And that fight was, I'm just like, it can be the 1 year anniversary of Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis, and I bet you we still won't have the official numbers because that's how bad it was. So
everybody that wanted to see that fight was there.
Yeah, but kudos to Devin. He gets to say that his fight was on pay-per-view, right? That's the type of dumb stuff that Ryan Garcia isn't about, which is what tells me he's smarter at doing this than Devin the Dream Haney. Devin wants to create the illusion. He's like under the Wilder, promotion plan. Like Bob Arum even said, like, he's bad for business. Bob Arum put on Devin Vasily, and he really didn't reap too many benefits from that fight. Now, this isn't me trashing Devin, because if you watch this, you know that I actually got love for Devin, and I respect Devin, and I'm actually on the side of he should get the Tank fight. There shouldn't be no rehydration clauses or whatever, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to call out Devin when he's wilding, when he's doing something crazy. The reality is, I just did a quick check on Instagram. Ryan Garcia has 10.3 million Instagram followers. And it's not just about how many Instagram followers you have, but it's also about fan interaction, right? Even as the Boxing Bros, I've seen people who have like 60,000 subs and we only have 15. But when you look in our comment section, we'll have ridiculous amounts of fan interaction, or I should say subscriber interaction, in our comment section. And some of our videos really take off, and it's, you know what I mean? So it's not just about how many followers you have, but he doesn't just have more followers. He has more, fan interaction. When it comes to Devin Haney, he has 2.6 million followers on Instagram. So 2.6, 10.3. We're talking about basically like a 8 million follower difference. Compare that to Javante Tank Davis, who has 6.7. Even Javante has basically over 4 million of more followers than Devin Haney. So that goes to show you that Devin, his commercial marketability and all that isn't up to snuff with Javante and Ryan Garcia. So why would he think it should be Haney Garcia? Because he has the belts. Let me tell you something. It was De La Hoya Hopkins, and Bernard Hopkins had the belt, but he understood his position. Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya. He understood his position. I want you to understand this. Oscar De La Hoya fought Sugar Shane Mosley. He fought Floyd Mayweather Jr., and he fought Bernard Hopkins. He was the A side for all them fights, and he lost. But they knew his marketability exceeded theirs. So that's why they knew they had to be the B side if they wanted that fight. What a surprise. History is repeating itself. If you're Devin Haney, you got to understand how the sport works. Mexico supports boxing. You know, that's where Ryan Garcia has the advantage. When it comes to the black community, there's basketball, then there's football, and is there anything else that comes before another sport that comes before boxing in the black community? Boxing is kind of like a niche sport in the black community.
You got kickball.
Kickball.
Rolling bouncing.
That's right. He's spinning it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm just telling you, boxing is like a little niche sport in the black community. Like, if we got a fighter like Tank, we're gonna come out for Tank. We're gonna come out for Mike, but we're not coming out for every black fighter. Like, that's just the way it is, bro. And same like baseball. You know what I mean? We're not watching baseball for everyone, but if we had a brother out there who was knocking Barry Bonds, then people gonna watch it. You know, so that's just what it is. So by virtue of that, Devin's at a disadvantage. But is it a duck if Ryan Garcia doesn't fight Devin? No, it's not a duck. Because one, Devin's doing bad business in his negotiations with Ryan Garcia. Even in his negotiations with Tank, he's not the A side. Even in Devin's negotiating with Tank, it's not 50-50. It's just not. And if Devin can't understand that, he's not going to get them fights. But Ryan, like Trill pointed out, is not a champion. Ryan is still a contender in pursuit of a title. So why is it not being asked, is Devin Haney a ducker if he fights Ryan Garcia instead of Subriel Matias? Subriel Matias is a champion. Devin's a champion. They both free. Why don't Devin call up Subriel Matias and try to fight him and unify?
Because Devin's trying to make money. That's
why is it okay for Devin to try to make money, but wrong for Ryan Garcia to do it?
No, because Ryan versus Devin is bigger than Ryan versus Rolly. That's why.
Well, not. I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way at all. I don't see it that way at all. You can honestly say that you're absolutely certain that Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia would do better than Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero? You really think that?
Yeah.
I think you're crazy. You know, I'm going to tell you why. Rolly versus Tank did 250,000 pay-per-view buys. And Rolly, at the time, was more unknown than he is now. Rolly can't go anywhere without people throwing cameras in his face, bro. Like, Rolly is low-key a star, bro. Rolly fought Ishmael Barroso, and more people watch that than they watch Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis.
and they laughed
I'm
at
going
him.
to tell you something that's so crazy too. Even if Rolly loses this fight, there's still more fights lined up for Rolly. Just because of his personality.
Rolly got the Adrian Broner effect.
He got that fight. He got that fight with AB. That's the one that you can have in the bank. That's something that you can have in just imagine that press conference. That's just Rolly right there. I'm just talking about, we're not talking about skills, G. It has
No, I'm not gonna lie. That's what's holding Haney back is his charisma. He doesn't necessarily have it, and that's what's gonna affect his pay-per-view numbers. I agree with y'all.
I'm telling you what,
Rolly's the polar opposite. Rolly has the charisma, but he doesn't have the boxing skill. So I'm being honest. Like, I think if Ryan had to pick one of the two, he'll make more money from Devin Haney because people understand the threat that Devin Haney has in the ring. You get what I'm saying? So I just think
nobody's going to pay to watch Haney like Rolly versus Ryan. That's going to be entertaining, bro. And Rolly's going to sell it.
Somebody's getting knocked out.
Yo, do you not remember, G, when they first announced that Tank was fighting Rolly? No one was interested in that fight. Yo, that fight was supposed to be a flop. And then Rolly came to the press conference
he's like,
with his antics.
Bro,
that fight became an event. Yo, even you, G. I remember you came here, you was dissing Rolly, and even you got excited for the fight. Yo, Rolly flipped all of us. Like, yo, because, I watch every now and then. I'm busy or doing whatever. I just let, podcasts play. At the beginning of the announcement for Rolly and Tank, I heard everyone like, oh, I'm not interested in this. Mayweather Promotions giving us garbage, blah, blah, blah. A few weeks after a few press conferences, everyone was like, yo, I like this Rolly kid. Everyone was like, yo, I can't wait to see this fight.
He had the big baby effect.
Yo,
but it's like,
that's what I'm saying. And he still got it. And he's a champion coming off of that stoppage with Barroso, which now looks a hell of a lot better than it did last week. And now everyone's taking Rolly a lot more serious. Oh, guess who was at that fight? Rolly Romero. Guess who went on the ropes and hugged Barroso and said, hey, abuelo, good job. Rolly Romero. I'm just trying to tell you, bro.
Bill Haney was there too.
Yeah. Bill Haney was there too, but he didn't want to go to the restroom.
He didn't want to go to the restroom, but he was there. He holding it. He was holding it.
He held it. He had to pee that whole time, but he held it.
I'm waiting till I get you to the crib. I'm good. I just have 4 waters.
Exactly. He said, I got bottles in the car. Listen, yo, G, all I'm saying to you, bro, is I can't definitively say that Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia is a bigger fight than Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, because Rolly, for some reason, bro, people want to see Rolly, dog. Rolly I remember, yo, bro, and Trill's a witness, yo. When Trill first told me about Rolly, I said, Trill, you be wilding, dog. But whatever. I still remember when I had to send Trill the text like, yo, you got me with Rolly, dog. I'm sold on Rolly, dog. Like, Rolly became my man's, dog. It's just the way it is. Rolly is just a clown. Like, it just, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm sorry, G. Devin is a hell of a boxer, talented boxer, skilled boxer, doesn't sell tickets. And I'm going to tell you where he lost the opportunity to sell tickets. He should have embraced that private school clean-cut role. If he would have embraced that, there would have been a whole bunch of private school kids who wish they could be tough, who like that someone who went to private school can fight. They would have been riding with Devin. Instead, Devin wants to embrace the Oakland thug street life. But no one buys that from Devin. It's like, it's the most inauthentic thing, presenting Devin as a thug when everyone knows he's been boxing since he was a kid. And you can't get that good at boxing and dip in the street unless your name is Terrence Bud Crawford. And even then, Terrence Crawford, after he got shot, said, hey, I'm sticking to boxing, right? So come on now. Like, Devin's problem is he doesn't have a base because he's pandering to a base that doesn't accept him. If Devin would have took that private school kid route, everyone would be messing with him. And I'm gonna tell you why, because Trill's my witness, yo. In the hood, everyone loved me just because I was a schoolboy, because I kept it $150. Like, I didn't, You know what I mean? I was around everyone doing everything, but I stayed in my lane. It would be like I wasn't a punk. I would fight. I knew how to fight. I could box. I could do all that, but I wasn't with it. Like I wouldn't get punked. I'm not gonna let you come at me, but I'm not acting like I'm a thug. I'll be the first one to tell them, like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? That's not me.
That's Cat.
Yeah.
He was a bad kid. I'm gonna put it out there. He was a bad kid. He just never got caught. So when he got caught, everybody used to be like, "Yo, Trill, it's your fault." No, it's just bad. It ain't my fault.
And like I was saying, you don't get caught when you say no to certain things. He's saying the same thing I'm saying. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna do that. That's not me. So anyways, all I'm saying is, like, if it comes to Devin and Street in my, but that's not what my point is. I wouldn't even try to promote myself as a street dude. Like, I just wouldn't do it. Like, I grew up and everyone knows me, but that's not who I am. I would promote myself as the college boy. I would promote myself as the private school kid, because that's where you're going to get the base. And oh, by the way, they're the ones who got the money to pay to see you. So I think he missed a huge marketing potential, because if he would have actually took the private school kid route and embraced it, even if it's not true, since they thinking about you anyway, Steve Urkel that joint.
Real. That's what it's all about. I've never understood that. Like, we used to have a person that used to hang with us when we was growing up. And he will always want to say he had a nice job, but he wanted to always say that he was out here hustling when he had a nice job. We were hustling, and we used to lie and said that we had the nice job. You know what I'm saying? Because the way we wanted people to look at us, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The women were different. You know what I'm saying? The type of women that are like you. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. You know what I mean? But nah, man, this is crazy.
Yeah, anyways, long story short, Devin doesn't have a fan base because he doesn't really stand for anything. Like, I like Devin, but I feel like I don't know who Devin is. Like, everything I see Devin do, I feels like calculated, not authentic. And I hate to put it on Devin like that, but I know who Tank is. Like, you can relate to Tank. Like, you can relate to the good in Tank. You see the bad in Tank. You see a man trying to figure stuff out. Ryan, you see what he stands for. You know, all these guys, when it comes to Devin, it's like, yo, he's a really good boxer, but beyond that, you know, I know more about Bill Haney than I know about him. All right, I'm done, bro. You can take us out. You want me to take us out? Take us out.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Buckingham Palace is out now. But it's true that you said, though, about we know more about Bill Haney than we actually know about Devin. That's crazy. That hit different. You know what I'm saying? It's the Boxing Bros.